1, go!
We are Paul Leonard,
And Bryce Graskowski.
and this is 20 Minutes of Fitness.
Yo, how's it going, buddy?
It's going good, bud.
I didn't come in last week, but I had good intentions. And this week, yesterday, I was like, we got to do this thing.
Yeah, we got to do this.
It's almost the end of the week. I almost missed the 2 week in a row,
That's right.
but I didn't.
That's good.
That's good.
I was wondering what happened to you. Your name popped up on the scoreboard a couple days ago on Jerry.
Oh,
And I was like,
I didn't do
I
Jerry.
did it on Wednesday. It was programmed for Thursday. And I'm like, there's no way Paul did this early too. And I clicked on it. It was
I did it in the
several
past.
years ago.
But I crushed it.
Yeah, you did.
It's like a mile run, 2,000 meters, then another mile run.
Yeah, and you PR'd that day by like a minute and a half.
Doesn't surprise
I
me.
had no time. I never put a time in for it. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
I mean, it's just simple cardio. So,
Yeah.
like right now, I would suck at it because I'm out of shape. I'm
I beat you.
shape,
I finally beat you.
but not the right
I
shape.
beat you at Jerry.
Did you beat me at it?
No.
Oh, if
I'm
I
saying
had
I
actually
would've.
done it. Yeah.
So I'm
And
going to
then-
need you to do that.
And then today, I'm planning on doing the WOD tonight now after
Oh,
work.
nice. That looks
And
brutal.
I did Cocoa Head yesterday.
Yeah.
So after doing all those stairs, I'm like, let's see how those knees hold up. So I haven't been squatting much at all or snatching much at all.
One power snatch and 3 overhead squats for 10 rounds.
At
I don't know if I could do that.
185.
I don't know if I could finish that with the overhead squats now. The snatches are no big deal, but my elbow with the overhead squats would
Dude,
be an issue.
30 reps at 185 overhead
Serious.
squats is going to get legit.
Yeah, for real.
Like, it's not a big deal.
No. It's still, I mean,
So
no joke,
185
but-
is nothing to mess around about.
overhead squat,
But
that's a lot.
30 overhead squats at that's not going to be like at first I was looking at it like, oh, like that's just basically 30 overhead squats because you just drop it and then you pick it right up again. No, dude, I'm going
I
to be
don't
like
think
taking
so.
a nap in the middle there,
Yeah.
maybe have a little bite to eat. You never know.
Yeah, to me, that's going to be a 15-minute workout at least. 'Cause I think it's gonna
I
get down.
hope it isn't.
I know.
Like it should be sub 10 for
Yeah, it should
sure.
be, but
But
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either.
For me,
and then going for
I
a
definitely
1 rep
wouldn't.
max
Snatch.
squat snatch before that.
Right.
I'm interested to see that too because I haven't snatched in long enough, but my body actually feels good because I haven't been training very much.
Right.
So on the note of body feeling good,
Yep.
let's get stabbed a whole bunch and that'll make us feel better.
Yeah, so we always talk about recovery and something that I've never tried, and you haven't either, right?
Nope, never done it.
Acupuncture. So
Ben does, and he likes
He does. Oh, okay. Does he go right here?
No idea.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't tell you.
I just went for my first acupuncture session.
What
a
inspired
little while
that?
ago.
Why did you decide to go for acupuncture?
Michael Gaston was talking about it because he's having some sort of bicep tendon issue that
Okay.
has been going on for like a month and a half.
So
he's-
stab it full of needles. That'll
so he's
help.
finally like, okay, I got to try something else. And so the acupuncture place is right there.
Okay.
It's 2 buildings over.
Okay.
So figured, why not try it, see what it's about,
So what's
just
the
for shits.
So what's the scoop so far? Like let's talk about the process because you obviously don't know their process of specifically
So
what they're stabbing and
I
whatnot.
videoed some of it, so I'll place some of that over this while we're talking. But,
Okay, so-
you see me laying there and her stabbing me with little tiny. Dude, the needles are like super thin.
So let's back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Why would I go and get stabbed by a whole bunch of needle? You must have done at least a little bit of research to make the decision that you were going to do this. What
Yeah.
makes you think this might be a good idea?
So I did get into acupuncture like when I was in I don't know, my 20s. I wanted to.
Back when they invented it, right?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. It's been around for several thousand years. And so what it is they put little needles or they do acupressure as well, right?
Okay.
But generally, acupuncture's got the needles. They'll put them on your
puncture.
meridians,
On the
which
meridians.
are little pressure points on the meridians, and you have a bunch of different meridians that affect certain organs, I guess.
Okay.
And that shit gets super fucking confusing. Like there's some meridians that there's not a real organ,
Okay.
or are we Eastern medicine?
We would
We're
be.
Eastern, yeah, Western.
We're Western medicine.
Okay, right. This is Eastern, right?
Yeah,
so
that would be Eastern medicine.
Western medicine doesn't have
We're in the Western hemisphere.
doesn't have organs for some of the meridians, right? So
Okay.
it's super confusing. But
so the moral of the story is they stab your meridians.
Yeah, they stab your pressure points. Yeah,
And those-
everybody's heard of pressure points. So
Yes. So those pressure points, when they stab something into it, releases something? Is that the idea? It like alleviates pressures, or
I think so.
it triggers your muscles, maybe?
It maybe resets,
It stimulates
or
nerves.
gives some sort of I would say that's the best way to say it. A stimulation of a nerve
Okay.
for a desired effect. I know sometimes they'll twist them. They can twist them clockwise or counterclockwise, and that has a certain effect on different nerves, different ways.
Okay.
It's super wild stuff.
As you guys can tell, I am very informed.
They'll even take some, God, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a little like incense-looking concoction, and they'll put it on there and light it, and so that will stimulate it as well.
Like on the needle, or like before you put it in?
Moxibustion or something like that. I can't quite remember. Like on the needle, while the needle's in there.
Okay.
And they'll light that on fire with
I mean, it sounds
all
fun. I'd like to be an acupuncturist where I just start stabbing meridians.
No, so here's the
thing.
And
then I get to light shit on fire. I'm in.
So I was saying, I got into this when I was younger, and so I would try it, and finding you can't just stab yourself without feeling any pain.
Like hell I can't.
Yeah. So you can try, but a lot of spots are going to give you pain. And I'll tell you this, there was no pain. It
Really?
felt like thump, thump. Like that's all it felt like when she put it in. And I'm like, that's it? Okay. I was sort of a little bit nervous about
I bet.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know if this is
I
going to
like they stick them in pretty far from what I understand too. Like they're going in like a couple inches into your body.
Some of them, yeah. So
or maybe some aren't. I don't know.
Because so it depends where the point is. So sometimes they're deeper in the muscle or whatever. You know, it's all kinds of shit to it.
So do they ever fuck it up?
I'm sure they do. I'm sure you could look up acupuncture lawsuit of some fucked up people that did this. So obviously, this is one of those things like.
So what makes you think this person's legit? Is it just because Gaston said so?
Yeah, because
I don't know if that's the most reliable source.
he has done it before.
Okay,
he has some experience, and he went to her a couple weeks ago and said that she was very good.
Okay.
And so I talked to her. They've only been here a year, but they were over actually underneath where Cecilia was.
Oh yeah, in the coffee place.
For like, I think she said 7 years, 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's likely the same place that Ben went to.
Yeah, likely. Yeah, being in that building. Yeah.
And I mean, where did Ben hear about it, or where did Gaston hear about it? Like, I'm sure everyone talks to each other, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure that's where Gaston heard about him too.
And then I think Cecilia recommended one in particular. And is Gaston still married to?
Yeah, married to Cecilia's
sister?
Yeah.
There you go.
Nikki. Yep.
Whatever happened to Cecilia?
So she closed up, right?
I know. She's literally my phone is magic body fixer because she makes my body so much better.
Yeah, she's great.
But I haven't seen her in years.
I believe she moved to
a while.
Maui or Big Island.
Oh, really?
She was like, once all this COVID stuff and all the lockdowns.
Yeah, she's like a super like anti-vaxxer. Like,
yeah, she's
on a big bandwagon
super
about
conservative. She was like, peace out, I'm out of here.
Interesting.
Yeah, so she
moved to Neighbor Island.
Packed up her goods and left. Yeah, so she got some sort of compound over there, I'm sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I gotta go to a different island to get my body fixed.
Exactly.
Like for real, I would go back to her today if I could. Like my body is not awesome. She's good.
Yeah, she was real good.
But not so much.
I missed that. I used to every other week.
So is there anybody else that does what she did? Sorry if we're getting on topic there, people. But
sorry, it's all recovery.
This is for at this point.
I have no idea. I haven't really been to anybody since.
And then side question. How do you feel after your acupuncture? Like,
so it was interesting when
is your world feeling better?
They did acupuncture and they said, see, cupping.
Oh, a little cupping.
So my main focus of going in there was to just talk to them about my arm and see if there's anything they could do, and basically just kind of more preventative.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they can make bone spurs go away.
Probably not.
I wish they could.
I mean, maybe if you stab hard enough.
You never know. But more deal with this scar tissue or any sort of issues that's coming from my arm never lengthening all the way, stuff like that. And nerve issues, right? Like I don't want my grip to go away or any of that stuff to happen. So just to
especially
see
on your right hand.
Yeah, especially on my right hand.
For barbells.
Writing. Oh, barbells. Yeah. Okay. And drawing with crayons.
Yeah, drawing. That's true.
So that was my main purpose. Also, my ankles have been my left ankle has been giving me a problem since last week, where we just crushed our legs all week. So, and that was, I think, compensation of my right ankle has been giving me problems for a few months. So,
okay,
she did my ankles and my right arm And I can tell you from leaving there to walking here, which is about 200 meters.
Yeah.
My ankle felt better by the time I got here. So
really?
That's pretty good. So it definitely loosened stuff up.
It made
sitting
a difference.
there, and like when she came in after I was laying there for, I was probably laying there for 40 minutes or so. Like she just moved my wrist and everything cracked into place. And she's like, "Oh, there it is." So it's like all this stuff was just.
So she kind of is good at the other. She's not just stabbing needles. She also knows the other stuff.
Yeah, like joint manipulation, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, it absolutely, definitely relaxed everything.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's from the needles being in there, relaxing the muscle or knots or whatever they are.
We should bring her on.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I bet she'd be willing to podcast with us at some
probably.
point. Maybe.
So that was definite, like an instant thing that I noticed.
Okay.
She did some scraping,
Okay.
right? Gave me a little scraper
Oh, there you go.
and some sort of
Sandpaper.
pain relieving patches that she said you only need a little bit and just put it on. Like, I'm not sure what that is, but we'll find out.
And now, what's with that scraper compared to all of the other scrapers? Like you have so many scrapers.
This is probably the one that she bought 1,000 of and she gives to every customer.
Okay.
Yeah. And
That
so-
kind of looks like a surfboard.
It's
fin.
jade.
Is it a broken surfboard
It's
fin?
jade. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a surfboard film.
Yeah, she's actually a surfer. She breaks fins a lot, so she hands them out.
So I'm sure they just
Interesting.
That's what's inexpensive for her to give as giveaways. I saw Michael with one the other day too. So,
Okay. So you're
she
not
said
special
she
then.
said to scrape. There's a lot of. She said it was sticky. There's a lot of sticky tissue in there that's gumming up the works. So hopefully that'll help.
Because when I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma,
Yep.
I was really hurting on my back because I hadn't taken the break that I have for
Oh, okay.
CrossFit,
Yeah.
and my back was just not good. So I decided I would go to just like a conventional masseuse.
Oh, okay.
And like the happy ending was great, but the back fixing part was shit. She
Terrible.
really didn't do much. And she did a bunch of cupping
Yeah.
and stuff too. But honestly, I walked out of
Yeah.
there in at least as much pain as what I
Okay.
walked in there
I mean,
with.
that's not good. So
So the question is, if I'd spent that same money to go acupuncturing,
Probably would've
would
helped
that
you
have
a
been a
lot.
better choice?
yeah, probably. I did notice I had like a
Feel free to comment in the comments on the podcast and YouTube
Yeah,
if you have like better opinions on stuff.
Yeah,
like, I know some
absolutely.
guys like Kyle. Kyle likes to call me afterwards and be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"What the hell, Paul? You don't know what you're talking about." In this case, Kyle, I do not know what I'm talking about.
So-
but you might.
So one thing I didn't tell her was once she put all the stuff on my left leg, I started feeling in the middle of my hamstring like a ball.
Okay.
And I'm sure that's probably where everything's coming from.
Yeah.
There's probably a knot in there. And so I didn't say anything to her. And then as she's taking the stuff off, she's going over everything. And she's like, "Yeah, and you have a knot like right at the base of my butt, hamstring tie-in." And she's like, you feel that? I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "That's a knot." I'm like, "Oh, okay. It just feels like tendons, right?" But
So it's
she's
not
like,
very fun.
yeah, it's not very fun. And so she's working on that. And she's like, "This is..."
So she was working on your butt.
yeah, she's working my
Just
butt.
checking.
And she's like, "That's what's causing some of the pain in your ankle, right? Because it's
Yeah.
all connected." And I was like, "Oh, that's good." But she found something that I kind of knew was there, and I didn't say something just to see if she would find it.
Yeah.
And she did, so that's always a good sign.
So now you just gotta hypervolt your ass a bit.
Well, yeah, that's not a big deal.
Tommy,
yeah.
he wants you to
Hammer
hypervolt
it.
his ass tonight. Just use the little tip and just get right in there.
No, that big ball tip.
That one's not gonna do it.
That big ball?
No, you need the little one. So that way it gets
I
in
want big,
deep.
buddy. I want big. Yeah.
The smaller the harder, buddy. The smaller the harder. That's my motto.
But yeah, so I feel it did something, and she definitely was attentive where she's not just sticking needles in there and pulling them out.
Okay. And how expensive is that? Not that we're trying to sell her business, but we're
It's like
talking
$100
like
an
okay,
hour.
so $100 for an hour. That's
Yeah,
not bad.
So
That's actually reasonable.
General massage numbers.
Yeah, it's about what the massage was.
Yeah.
And yeah, the massage didn't do shit. I was surprised. She was gorgeous.
Yeah,
though.
I mean, to me, a lot of
It was
massages
nice.
don't do shit unless it hurts.
And I told her I wanted deep tissue, like dig in there, and
Yeah,
she was doing her best, but she was a tiny little
Yeah.
blonde girl, and just like
I did
Not
have a
happening.
massage, not this past weekend, a weekend before, and I told him deep tissue, but it was a guy. So, but at some point he was working on my back, and he's like, "Can I stand on you?" He's like, "Your shit's it's too tight." Right, so he stood up and grabbed those. Holes
I get my
up there.
kids to stand on me. It
Those
doesn't
like
really
Thai
help.
massage. Yeah, no, this dude was probably close to 200 pounds. So it was interesting.
It was
I was
substantial.
Like, oh shit, here we go. Yeah, and he's standing on my hamstrings. I'm like, oh god. Yeah.
Huh.
So that
Yeah,
was.
I don't know if I'd
interesting.
be that into that, honestly.
Yeah, no, it was a little much, but it worked. It felt good. Whereas I hate when you go to a massage and they're doing like that relaxing massage. It's like if you're going for
why?
You just need
What
somebody
is
to
the
touch
point?
you. I mean, that's all they're doing is touching you, and it's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'd rather they just get in there and cause some
like if it's not
pain.
if it's not uncomfortable, there's
Yeah.
no reason for it.
No. So acupuncture, on the other hand, shouldn't be uncomfortable.
That's true.
It's
If it really
uncomfortable,
hurts, they're probably doing it wrong.
Yeah. So this was quite enjoyable, I have to say, and I would say give it a try, especially if you have like your back. That
Yeah.
might help.
Interesting.
Especially like when it's spasming, they could definitely. And I know they could get in there and.
Well, what I
shut
was
stuff
told the
off.
problem is because while I was at the doctor the other week, I asked her about my back, and she was like getting me to like bend in different ways, and my doctor's like, "Oh, your back's just really tight."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, it's probably tight because it's all fucked up. I don't think it's fucked up because it's tight.
Right.
I think it's tight because it's fucked up."
Right.
But she's like, "Oh no, you just need to stretch your back more often."
Yeah, it doesn't quite sound like a thing. Yeah.
So, Kaiser.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I mean,
the Kaiser
I
surgeon.
would
was
definitely
like, "Can you
say-
refer me to a PT?" She's like, "No."
I would definitely say
Okay.
you need to stretch more.
I agree. That's probably
But
a
I
fact.
don't think it's your back to stretch.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the back stretch.
No, probably
Have
and
somebody work on it.
It probably comes down to the hamstrings.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
it's probably that my hamstrings
Yep.
are really tight, and that's pulling the shit out of
most
my
likely.
back.
It's probably
and
got
knees and
something
everything
to do
else
with
that
your
hurts my
legs.
life.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
well that's
cool.
interesting.
It was interesting. I'd give it a try. I'll put up I'll add some of the video of me doing it on this, so people can kind of see what it's about and make up your mind. It's right across from the gym, so if you're a member here, might
it's
as well
close,
give
yeah,
it a
why not?
shot.
So, on the note of giving it a shot, anything new in the world of CrossFit West Oahu? Anything coming up? I mean, Dubai Fitness Championships coming up somewhat soon.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not going to go. We
We're
decided
not?
to turn down our invitation.
Damn it!
I just don't
thought
like,
I was on that team.
I just don't like flights.
Okay.
No, there's nothing coming up. I mean, 100 was it 97, 96 days to the Open?
So what's the scoop?
3
Can we do
months.
Cupids?
Oh, maybe I guess that's coming up in February.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Can we hold it?
I mean, supposedly all these stupid restrictions expire December 1st or
Oh, do
somewhere
they?
about there. I don't know. They're very vague because,
Okay.
they-
they don't tend to do anything until it's done.
giving up power is usually pretty vague.
But potentially,
Yep.
beginning of February,
Potentially all this bullshit's over next month.
and then we could throw a huge ass competition.
That would be fucking cool.
And that would be pretty exciting for, I think, a lot of people. You look at like trick or treating went off like normal trick or treating,
Yeah.
and there wasn't a huge spike that I'm aware of.
there's no-
So I think it's okay to have
over.
people
It's
in
over,
large
kids.
groups at this point.
It's okay.
So, yeah, I think we should
I think
probably
you're right.
do
Yeah,
Cupids
we should plan
this
on
year.
Cupids this year. And that would be the only problem is it's the first week of the Open, I believe. Or is
Well,
it the weekend
It'd
before?
be the week before.
Would it be?
It would be if we
might be.
schedule it that way.
14. Oh, that's true.
Like
Yeah.
you could set it whenever you want.
Yeah, we'd have to do that.
We would do it the weekend before. We'd do it probably on the 12th, on February 12th.
Yeah.
And
So that'd
the
be the
Open's
only
probably the
only
19th,
issue I could
right?
see is people not wanting to do it because it's so close. But I mean, that's the
you'd
same
be-
every year.
You better be prepped for the Open.
Yeah. No, it's the same every year anyway.
If you're not prepped for the Open, then
Yeah. Well, we'll put it as a final tune-up too. So what else? We had a nice beach
You're not
wad this
ducking your
past
mic.
weekend. Huh?
you stop talking.
Oh, sorry. We had a nice beach wad this weekend. We had
Nice.
that was a good time. So next time we do that, guys, make sure you come out to that.
So wait, a little bit more into it. So you're
What?
potentially thinking February 12th.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a couples competition like it always has been.
Yes, yes.
Do they have to be real couples or just boy girl?
Boy, girl.
And what if it wanted to be girl girl or boy boy?
They could do the men's weight. They still have to push the same weight,
No matter what. That makes
no
sense.
matter
That's
what.
fair.
Yeah.
So I guess girl girl could
You could call it whatever
still
you
have
want.
to be the men's weights.
Light bar, heavy bar.
Yeah, there you go. That's a fair way to go. Okay.
To go in whatever reps person scheme you want to go with.
Yes, but couples
Yeah.
and
And you don't have to be a real couple.
do not have to be real
A
couple.
couple of assholes could do it.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah.
What else? Probably diet challenge coming up first of the year.
Okay. Yeah.
Do
Nutrition
that.
challenge.
Always do that to get you tuned up for the Open as well. And probably gonna do a whole bunch of podcasts or videos for diet stuff. Gonna start doing that.
Okay.
That way, it's giving people information on how to eat and make it digestible in small chunks.
So
digestible.
Bryce is going to start showing up prepared for our podcasts, and I'll make a point of being more diligent about doing them.
There you go. All right.
All right. Well, in that case, we're 20 minutes and 37 seconds. Peace.
Bam. Perfect.